I fear no man, but that thing.
My God, bro.
Oh, hell no. It scares me.
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and they're doing some work on my studio right now, so I'm actually just sitting in my kitchen. This is Daisy, that's Ragnar, you guys know the drill. But today we're going to be talking about buffs and nerfs coming to Apex Legends, more specifically what the devs have said in a recent AMA. So we're going to cover all that. We're also going to give out 45 bucks. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe, you guys know the drill. Without further ado, let's talk about Apex Legends. So right after the launch of the most recent collection event, Respawn developers actually went and sat down with Reddit and told them where we are going for the future of nerfs, buffs, and overall the meta in general. The first one we're going to talk about is Pathfinder, as a lot of players have been asking for a passive rework for a very long time, as it isn't as powerful as some of the other ones in his same class. And when talking about it, the Respawn developers did say that they have heard the numerous suggestions of 4 new passives from both the team and the community, and while they were looking at it, they didn't want to slap a new one on him because they think that he's powerful and performing well at the risk of adding to his already potent combat power or shifting the development time that they want to focus on other legends, which is just kind of sad to see, as he's one of the benchmark legends, one of the OG ones that came into the game, and just because there are newer legends to focus on doesn't mean that he should be forgotten by any means. But as of right now, it does not look like they're going to be doing anything for season 15. Along with that, another original legend, Bangalore, has been talked about a lot, as her smoke is not as powerful as it used to be due to the fact that there's so many legends that can scan, such as Bloodhound, Crypto, and of course Seer. And while the developer said that they couldn't speak to the future changes at this point, they were aware of the concerns. However, Bangalore's smoke hard countering scan abilities is not the direction they want to go, as they want to find a way to address the issue with scans in general for those that can do it, rather than just buffing up a legend to directly do a 1v1 counter. Sadly, this looks like another thing that Respawn is not going to be addressing for season 15 when it comes to OG legends, so if you're a Lifeline main, I wouldn't get your hopes up either. We do know that the next legend coming to the game is Catalyst, and she's actually a defensive based legend, but other than defensive, another class that a lot of players want to see is another support legend, as right now we only have that Loba and Lifeline. And when asked if we were going to be getting any new support legends in the future, they let us know that support legends are one of the hardest to actually put into the game, as they don't want to make fights last longer than they need to, as this game already has a very high time to kill when compared to other games like Call of Duty. They did let something slip though, that they said they wanted to bring a more balanced roster of class roles to the table into the future at some point, where if you remember a leak I did a while ago, I actually talked that they had 5 new classes coming in. This is basically hinting and confirming that. But now we move into the meta that is way overplayed in Apex Legends right now, and that is the scan meta, and this centers around one character right now specifically, and that is Seer. They did a whole post right here where they were actually talking about the development of him and how they originally built the character so that players were aware when they were being used on the passive or other abilities, and they finally addressed on how they're actually going to be reworking them in the future. But if you were hoping that the tactical with the cancel was going to be changed, or that the ultimate was going to be nerfed in some way, don't count on it, because they very specifically said that the Seer's passive is something that they are looking into, whether that means putting a meter on it very similar to Valk's Jet so you just can't endlessly spam it, or making it so that players are more aware when they're actually being wall hacked. That being said, I would not expect a Seer nerf to come anytime soon, because in season 15 we know from Kralrindo and other leakers that he will be receiving his heirloom, and this won't only go for Seer in particular, this will go for any legend that has a wall hack style ability, as they said they are also actively looking to the frustration that can come from those and finding ways to reduce it without crippling their identity. In terms of weaponry though, we do know of a ton of new mechanics coming to the game. Something that they actually talked about that was really fun was that they had at one point worked on a shotgun that would fire pellets, but once they hit a surface they would continue to bounce off that surface, doing reduced damage to your enemies. This never actually ended up coming to the game. We never even saw it data mined or leaked. It must have been early in process, but one thing we did see recently added was that throwing knife, which is for the new gun run LTM. And while it is really fun to use in this game mode, the question asked was, will this ever be coming over to the main battle royale game? And they did say they don't have any plans currently. The throwing knife was designed as the final weapon for this specific LTM. If they did make it an airdrop weapon, it would still probably need some changes when considering battle royale, specifically probably in how quickly it can be thrown or the damage in regards to it. And one of the most interesting ones I actually read was a joke reply to a user talking about how they did test something called the softball, which is a weapon from Titanfall 2, which is an anti-Titan weapon. It's kind of like an explosive ordnance, like a rocket launcher or a grenade launcher, but that they had not found a way to actually implement it into the game other than the charge rifle, which had the same kind of function in Titanfall 2. And while that may be what they said in the Reddit thread, it's important to note that Kralrindo just found the Archer, which is a Titanfall 2 anti-Titan weapon that will actually lock on, and it fires rockets. Let us know down below, what do you guys think needs to be changed next in Apex Legends? What do you think is the future in terms of the scan meta, and what kind of weaponry would you like to see? And until next time, Legends, keep slaying the Outlands.